Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Your Mark on the World show. We're producing this episode for GoodCrowd.info, and our guest today is the founder of Impact Hub Santa Barbara. Oh my gosh, who wouldn't want to live in Santa Barbara? And his name is Kyle Ashby. Kyle, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Devin. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
We're thrilled to have you. I think all of us who are watching and participating are struggling a little bit with the jealousy over knowing that you are in Santa Barbara and we are not. But apart from that, we're excited about having you on the show and learning more about what you're doing. So tell us a little bit about the landscape for entrepreneurship in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, so Santa Barbara actually has got a pretty deep history with entrepreneurship. A lot of companies being developed, a little cluster of SaaS-based companies, from what became Citrix Online, what used to be called the Expert City, to some other companies now doing marketing platforms like Invoca, a lot of stuff. Entreport is a platform for entrepreneurs to use. So there's a really tight-knit SaaS community. What's really different and interesting now, UC Santa Barbara plays a major part of this with their technology management program and also an eco-entrepreneurship program out there. Seeing a lot of physical products start to get developed. A company called Tracker does an app and a location device where you can literally put this little tag on all your things and find them. They just got some great funding from Brad Feld and a group out of Colorado and the Bay. Young guys, great things are happening, young entrepreneurs doing some amazing stuff here. And what's been really interesting is sort of with that history, we've got an amazing culture of mentorship and help and individuals that just want to help young entrepreneurs succeed. So I'm really happy to be involved in that, happy to be a part of the community, and just love what I see daily. Just people reaching out and helping other things get started.
Yeah. How do you see the Impact Hub fitting into this ecosystem now?
Yeah, so what's really unique about Santa Barbara, not only is there a really intensive business community, rumor has it, or the stat is that Santa Barbara also has per capita the most nonprofits. So the Impact Hubs all over the world are sort of colliding nonprofits with businesses, teaching businesses a little bit more about sustainability and how to grow a conscious company, and then teaching nonprofits a little more about the business, having more of a business mind, having some revenue streams, doing different things other than relying on foundation funding or other types of funding. So I think our goal is to bring these cultures together and bring these communities together and have them collide and work together on some initiatives, both locally and globally, that could help our community in the world.
So how did you first get exposure to the Impact Hub community, since there isn't one in Santa Barbara?
Yeah, it's unique. So I've also been a part of a couple different organizations that do global entrepreneurship all over. One was started as Startup Weekend, then it became Up Global, and now it's actually part of Techstar. So I've been a global facilitator there, and also part of an initiative that came out of the White House and with the Case Foundation called Startup America. And my exposure to the Impact Hubs was through those organizations and going to other cities and seeing the Impact Hub be a shining beacon in that city, Boulder being one of those, Seattle being another. That was my exposure. Our other co-founders, it's more from the nonprofit side. It's more from the side of we're going to build some community, and that was the best tool. We looked at a number of different things. There are a number of conscious-based companies in town, and they're part of that mentor network from Patagonia, about 30 minutes away, to a company called Toad & Co. It's doing a lot of sustainable sourcing for their products. That leadership is definitely here, and we really thought the Impact Hub would be a great fit for the community.
Well, it clearly will be. It clearly will be. Tell people, for the sake of those who may not know, tell them what the Impact Hub is.
Sure. So it started in London, England. It is a center for entrepreneurs, most specifically entrepreneurs trying to make an impact on their community in the world through sustainable, through social ventures, through education-based ventures that are just trying to make change in the world. So that can be anything from a physical product to some sort of program that helps educate entrepreneurs or even educate people about the environment or social causes. And the goal for everyone really is just to bring these people together to help them collaborate. There's a huge growth in entrepreneurial centers. The Impact Hub is one of those, alongside of Techstars and 500 Startups and all these are programs that are out there doing things and individually run, independently run organizations or spaces in different communities. but really focused more on making change, making impact, bringing together people that are concerned about the environment, concerned about social causes, a lot of times right there in the community, and other times, throughout the world, things that make change internationally.
Sure. So tell us about your space, the space that you're going to open up in December, January timeframe. Tell us about what the Impact Hub will look like in Santa Barbara.
Sure. So we got very, very lucky to find a brilliant space right in downtown Santa Barbara. We are working, and now he's part of our team, with a great individual real estate representative, Dan Farrick. He's now part of our team. He actually helped open the Boulder Impact Hub. Well, so he knows what we need, knew we wanted to be downtown. We knew we wanted to be downtown. I've seen spaces all over the world that the most successful are right in the heart of the community, drawing people from all over to the downtown area. We landed on the 1100 block of State Street, which is right in sort of a gap between a number of tech companies and startup companies and the arts and culture district. So right across the street is a museum of art. 1 block away is the Granada Theater. 2 blocks away is the Arlington Theater. And then around that, you can imagine great food, great places to go and mingle. We're right there in the heart of it, which we're really proud of, and I think is going to really make a change. The building itself has been everything from a bar to a pool hall to a furniture store to a rug store. I've got some history to see the guitars in the back, played some music there years ago. I'm really excited to be back in that space doing something really positive for the community. It's a 11,300 square foot building on 3 levels. We'll have some office space in there, some co-working space where members can come in and just pay a monthly fee and come collaborate. We're also doing something really unique. We're calling it the Impact of Things Lab. So taking what I was talking about hardware products, meshing those with some of the leaders doing things in clothing and shoe, activewear around town, shoes, whatever it might be, bringing all them together to collaborate in one space and hopefully create some cool, interesting products.
Now, you're crowdfunding right now to raise some money to help with the launch. Tell us a little bit about how the campaign is going and how people can help.
Yeah, so we are doing, just launched an independent crowdfunding campaign, trying to get some funds in the door to help us with some of the furniture, with some of the desks, with some of the things we need to get done, and also offer up some early opportunities to be a part of the hub at some really great rates. You can go to impacthubsb.com/crowdfunding, and that'll bounce you over to our Indiegogo campaign. It's a great video there. We've got a lot of fun people in the community helping us promote, and part of that video is from everywhere from our mayor to some famous musicians to our community of startups and entrepreneurs in town. It's a great fun video. Working with a great team called Oniricom that does some amazing work in the creative space and helping us get the message out. Like I said, there's great opportunities to get in early, even buy a lifetime membership to the Impact Hub, and just help us grow, help us build this thing out, and help us sort of put the finishing touches on what we're trying to do.
Great. Now, I want to ask you a couple of personal questions, if I may, Kyle. Clearly, you've become an icon, a role model, and an inspiration to a lot of people in your community and beyond. And I wonder who you look up to in turn for inspiration.
Yeah, so one of those is, I've got a background growing up in town and being outside a lot, and you can't help but not pay a lot of attention to Patagonia and Yvon Chouinard down in Ventura. So he's really sort of one of my idols, someone I look up to. He's got the impacts ethos, he's got that entrepreneur spirit, he's got environmental causes all rolled up into one, from a guy that started hammering out crampons and climbing material in his garage to building a worldwide company that's recognized for global good. It's just an amazing story, and it's one of those guys that I really definitely look up to.
Man, that's a great example, great role model. You have this long history with entrepreneurship. But what brings you to the social entrepreneurship side? What has catalyzed in you a desire to be giving back now?
Yeah, I used to be a web guy and a designer and spent a lot of time behind the computer and realized part of the way through there that I really like to connect people. I really like to see what happens after 2 connections are made. I think that's the biggest impact that I have, is just bringing together people from the sort of circles that I've been in, from music to sports to art to entrepreneurship, and just trying as much as possible to have these people collide and create new ideas and new things. So I think that's why I'm so excited about the Impact Hub, is to literally have a space to do that in. It's been interesting to meet for coffee here and there, or meet on the beach, or go for a board meeting on a stand-up paddleboard. We are in Santa Barbara, but now we've got a space to do that, and just to continue to make impact of colliding two people, whether it's a young entrepreneur and a mentor that's already had some experiences, or even just two people that might not have crossed paths and knew who they were. Bring them together and just see what happens. I think that's probably the biggest impact I'm going to have on the community, is just continuing to connect people.
Yeah, I think you will have that impact. You will make that difference in the world. Now, finally, Kyle, one of the things we always ask our guests whenever we have time is for an impact hack, something you do that we can emulate, that we can copy, that would allow us to do more good in the world. Right? That's what we all want to accomplish, more good. How would you recommend we do more good?
Yeah, I think, a big part about what we're trying to do at the Hub, and what I try to do, I have a young 8-year-old daughter, just trying to explain what I do and what I'm involved in, whether it's entrepreneurship or whether it's, seeing a great speaker, but just trying to pass on as much as you can to the younger generation. I think I try to do one thing a day, whether it's my daughter or build something that is accessible to the youth. We're trying to do a lot of that in the Hub. I've organized large startup weekend events in town that we've really tried to make a reach out to the high schools to get some high school students in there and younger students. I'm really sort of, as we grow into this space, trying to make an effort to include as much of the youth as possible. Just, Santa Barbara's a small city. There's not always a lot of opportunities, but if we can make opportunities and make students and young entrepreneurs think about what they can do, maybe, everybody benefits, and hopefully that's our community because they stick around here.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Kyle, I appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. Before you go, tell us again how people can find the crowdfunding campaign and support it.
Sure. So the easiest way is impacthubsb.com/crowdfunding. You can also go to Indiegogo and search for Santa Barbara Impact Hub or Impact Hub Santa Barbara, and you should find us there. Most of the Impact Hubs have done this, and they've all done really well. Even your home community of Salt Lake, we took a peek at and what they did in the crowdfunding on their campaign. So we're just, getting the message out there, using another tool to bring in some money, connect people, give some people some great deals for helping us get started, and just trying to build on top of that.
Great. Fantastic. Well, again, Kyle, thank you very much for being here today, and we wish you every success.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
All righty. Thank you. Let's do some good.